Good evening, and thank you for coming to our mom and dad's 56th anniversary celebration. September 16th, 1960, in Fort Sheridan, Illinois, was a very special day in history for all of us. That was the result from a whirlwind romance that started just a few months earlier. A country boy from Alabama and a country Norwegian girl from North Dakota crossing paths in the United States Army. He was 28, divorced, and had a daughter. She was 24, never been married, and didn't have any children. They came from two different worlds, but I am so glad that life brought them together. They hit it off really quickly, and before you knew it, they were getting married. It also wasn't but 6 months, no judgment, before they had their first child together. Wendy came on the scene, and she made sure we all knew she was on the scene ever since. 1 year later, almost to the date, Jackie, who has demanded attention in her own way throughout the years as well, came along. Then another year and some months later, the first boy, Jimmy Jr., was born. Mom didn't know what it was like not to be pregnant or changing diapers at that point. They decided to take a little break while they moved around with the Army. Dad was actually assigned to a base in Italy, and in 1967, the next boy, Lyric, who's probably the most laid back, was born. Then it was back stateside, and a little over a year later, the next boy, while quiet, did stir up some trouble, Troy, was born. I imagine they felt they were done at this point. The Army asked Dad to go to Vietnam one more time, and that is when he decided 21 and a half years was long enough, and he retired. They were in Twin Falls, Idaho at the time. The story I heard, they attempted to move back to Alabama, but the details couldn't be worked out, and Dad ended up getting a job with Tupperware manufacturing. Then there was an uh-oh. Mom was pregnant again. Then in 1973, the last boy was born. Of course, they saved the best for last, and that was me. A few years later, Tupperware moved us to the sleepy little town of Hemingway, South Carolina, for Dad to run the maintenance department at their manufacturing facility. There were many great memories made, friendships created, and childhoods developed in that town. I can remember us having people over around the pool, and Dad getting out his guitar and playing and singing. Everyone had a great time. They were great together, and somehow they made their two different worlds come together. Now we are here today celebrating the results of that union. 7 children, 13 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Sadly, Dad wasn't able to be around to celebrate all of those 56 years. But his legacy has lived on since he passed away in February 1989. That is why we continue to celebrate them here today. We love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for all that you have done. Happy anniversary.